Hello Linux fans, Rob here again. Well, this video surprises me even because this video was supposed to be about my new daily driver on my fairly new system. So I've got a new desktop AMD Ryzen 5. Nothing to write home about, but it's a nice system. And so I wanted to load up a KDE desktop. And then, something that I was going to use as a daily driver for a while. And so this video was going to be all about me setting up and using OpenSUSE or SUSE, whichever you prefer, OpenSUSE Tumbleweed with KDE. Now, KDE runs extremely well on OpenSUSE, and Tumbleweed is, of course, their rolling release, so everything would have been updated. And I've always had, I don't know what it is about OpenSUSE. I've always had this desire to run it full time, and it's never worked out. There's a lot of things I like about it. But anyway, I won't get into all the details. I'll just say that the past 3-4 days have been just an incredible bus ride of distro hoppapalooza. I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm looking back now, I'm thinking back, so I've had and what I'm doing is I'm wanting to set up my daily driver. So, I mean, you're going to use this system for work. I want this thing to be something that I use a while and just kind of stick with it. I've got other, I've got older laptops and small netbooks and things like that I'll run distros on and hop around and mess around with. Anyway, so with OpenSUSE, I had it 11 o'clock last night. I had everything set up, but it was a long journey getting there. I had driver issues. I had an update. So this morning at like 5:45 a.m., I boot the system up and there's an update. I apply the update and bam, the system locks up at reboot. So hard reset. It comes back in. It gets like 3/4 of the way in and had to hard reset again. Long story short, got it back up and got everything going. And then I started to have intermittent video card issues to where, I couldn't even record a video. It was so bad. And then the process of going in and setting up codecs and things like that within OpenSUSE is not a simple one-click process like you would like for it to be. There's a journey there. But anyway, so in the end, had Wi-Fi issues where Wi-Fi would intermittently cut in and cut out. So I just knew, okay, this is just not meant to be. So what this video is going to be about is my new daily driver, which is going to be a surprise because it's Linux Mint 18.3 KDE. Now, I know what many of you are saying right now. Why would you go with Linux Mint KDE when, number one, I think most of you are aware the announcement's made that after 18.3 there's no more KDE for Linux Mint. There are going to be ways to install that. And I'm sure there'll be people out there who make sure that you can still get that fairly easily. But also Linux Mint comes with 5.8.8, so it's not the latest 5.12. But that's okay. I'm all right with that because 5.8 was pretty stable. Yes, I'd love to be running the latest and greatest. But I know one thing, and that is that Linux Mint has been stable for me in the past. Now, whether it's going to be stable on this new system or not, time will tell. But I'll share with you, I've gone through, so, I'm an Arch fan. So I was running Antergos. I love to say it that way, Antergos. I was running Antergos for a couple weeks with XFCE. And it was running pretty good. It just didn't seem like on this system that it was running great. So I put Solus on there, and Solus ran well. But again, I wanted to kind of go back to KDE. I just wanted to get back into the Plasma desktop, and I was missing it. So And I know that they're going to be offering that, or I hear they're going to be offering that on Solus, so that may be my next one. But anyway, what else did I put on there? Swag Arch come out, so I ran that for a few hours. And these are all on my main. I mean, I was hopping around at night, getting these things set up at night. I think my family thought I disappeared on them, but what else? I tried to install Antergos KDE, and it simply would not install. I could not. I could go back and choose XFCE, and this is off of the same USB, same flashed ISO. It's just that KDE would not install, XFCE would with Antergos. So I put that to the side. I was going to go with Gecko Linux, and I really like Gecko because, number one, it's not this 4.7 gig download that you get with OpenSUSE and or SUSE. And so I went with Gecko, and same thing with Gecko is it would start to install and then it would fail out, it would fail, and I think I even went with, instead of what they call Leap, so there's Leap or Static within Gecko. It's called Static, which is, it's just it's a spin of OpenSUSE with codecs and things like that in there. Plus, it's a much smaller download. And I think I got XFCE to install no problem. But again, I wanted KDE, so I had to skip over that one. What else did I install? I know I'm missing something. Oh, I had Linux Mint XFCE on there, and of course it's stable as a rock, runs great. So I kind of, after bouncing around and doing all of this and really spending a lot more time than I should have, I decided, you know what? I know Linux Mint is stable. Look, I've had issues. I know people are out there right now saying, well, what about KDE Neon? Okay, I've never had that much success with KDE Neon. Maybe it'll run great on this new system. Okay, in fairness, perhaps I should have tried it. That way I'm getting the latest and the greatest. So maybe I will give that a spin. But for now, this is going to be my daily driver. And in 2 weeks, that may change. It may change, in 2 months. Time will tell. But at any rate, just wanted to share that with you. Folks are always asking me, what's your daily driver? I figure it this way. Number one, it's stable. So far, in the limited amount of time, it seems to be running great on the system. I was able to get all of the codecs, drivers, and everything set up just really bam, fast, one click, smooth. I mean, it's a fraction of the time that it took to get OpenSUSE going, or OpenSUSE, whichever way. I tell you, these Linux names, they kill me because everybody's got their take on how to pronounce it, and I hear it both ways. But anyway, that's the fun part of Linux, I guess. So I say all of that to say that's what I'm going to be running until something else comes up. So Linux Mint, if you're running Linux Mint KDE right now, I would love to hear from you. What's been your experience? How do you like it? And how long have you been running it? Just kind of give me those details there. Have you had any issues, major issues, or anything like that? So, all right, well, that's it for now. Well, no, it's not. I'll back up. Let me back up here. Let me go over here. I'll share this with you. So this Linux Mint 18.3, 588, framework of 536, Qt is 561 here. The kernel's not even the latest, didn't expect that. That's 413. And this is the AMD Ryzen 1400 quad core with 8 gigs of RAM, and it's a Radeon HD graphics card. So maybe you've got a Ryzen system now, and if you're running Linux Mint, I'd like to know how it's running so far. It seems snappy. Kind of no surprises, which is what I'm wanting for my daily driver. All right, I've rambled on too much. Hope everyone's doing well out there, and hope your distro's running great for you. So that'll wrap it up, and thanks for watching.